I'm John Kovach. I've been a newsman, a sports announcer, and a football coach, but the one constant, since I was old enough to stand next to a stream with my dad, has been fishing. I've waded rapids, stood on slick rocks, hacked through ice, and been tossed about the deck of a boat. And I want you to love fishing as much as I do, and join me on this journey. Welcome to Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop. So according to the thermometer, it's 14 degrees. Forecast calls for 15 to 25 mile an hour winds. There's a blizzard about a day and a half out. We lost an hour of sleep. So let's go fly fishing.
CBS. Now here is the main event with a blizzard possibly on the way for Tuesday is meteorologist Courtney Spamer.
We have blizzard watches in effect for the city, Long Island, and coastal Connecticut for late Monday through Tuesday.
Right, Reese? No. We're literally right in front of me. Right there. Perfect. It's going over top of them right now. Hey, Reese? Yeah? There's one 6 feet behind you. He's swimming up on you. Yeah, there's in front of them too. There's a whole pod here. There's a whole pod right here. They're just sitting there. They're not spooky at all. Look at that. They're just sitting there waiting for them to untangle.
They do that a lot here.
Yeah.
They'll sit ready. I think what they do is they wait for us to kick up bugs.
Probably.
Because they sit ready at your feet. Why would they sit sitting
I
right
don't
at
see
your
why
feet?
kicking up bugs is any different than chumming. They're all through here.
Yeah, yeah.
At it, and then you took it. Let it go again. And there's one up ahead. Let it go. Let it sit. Let it drift.
Got it.
You got him.
No, you let it go. You let it go. Just touching it and then letting it go. You're like National Geographic here. Yeah.
Let it drift. You're in a good drift. There's just enough wind to every now and then break up the surface a little bit, which might make it a little easier to come up on them. But it's not so windy that the wind chill is unbearable. want to thank David Schumacher for a great job shooting video. Windy. We did catch some fish. Bob Karen hooked into a bunch of them. Reese actually did catch a few in that stretch. Got to get him on camera, though. We'll be back with more Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop, right after this. Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Want a new experience in car buying? No aggravation, no confrontation, just answers to all your questions. Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Car buying the way you want it to be. With one of the largest selections of new 2- and 4-door Jeep Wranglers available, we are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Located in Fairfield, Connecticut, we're easy to get to. Just 2.5 miles off the Merritt Parkway, exit 44 via Route 58 South. Save thousands right now during the spring clearance event and Ram Truck Month, now through March 31st.
The In-Sports Athletic Functional Movement Assessment Program.
A program that uses a camera, the same camera that you use with an Xbox video game.
What it involves is 3 phases. One is the initial test, which will give you a very objective and lengthy assessment of how you are moving and where there may be imbalances.
Once test gets the results from the assessment, we'll develop a customized program for the individual.
The objective really to try to get as many young athletes through this program as possible.
Get a fresh start to the new year by shaking up your meal routine. Walter Stewart's Market is your local source for a delicious selection of fresh and convenient salad shakers, like Southwest salad with chicken, Cobb with organic chicken, Power Vegan with fruit and quinoa, Greek salad with tabbouleh, and grilled shrimp with hominy. Grab one from our salad case or order from our deli today. Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
UK Gourmet is the largest specialty grocer in the area, featuring food from England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. Make your St. Patrick's Day truly authentic with a wee bit of real Irish food, proper Irish-style rashers, sausage, and soda bread right from Ireland. Put down the corned beef and grab a boiling bacon to have what they really eat in the Emerald Isle. So say hooray for UK Gourmet, 78 Stony Hill Road in Bethel, or visit ukgourmet.us.
Wild Birds Unlimited.
At Wild Birds Unlimited of Brookfield, get expert advice from our certified bird feeding specialists. We offer always fresh, clean seed that will be sure to attract birds to your home feeder. Experience our excellent customer service. Open 7 days a week. Visit us at 317 Federal Road, Brookfield.
Wild Birds Unlimited. We bring people and nature together. Wild Birds.
John Kovach here with you, Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop. It is Thursday, March 16th, and we still have a week to go in the March Madness book sale to benefit the Catskill Fly Fishing Center and Museum. We're welcoming back to the show Executive Director Glenn Pontier. Glenn, taking a break from shoveling out from what, almost 3 feet of snow up there in the Catskills?
Yeah, I think I live in Barryville, which is, fishermen will know is right along the Delaware River, and somebody that records the snowfall here measured 30 inches. The New York stations were saying Narrowsburg, and I know a lot of fishermen know the deep pool in Narrowsburg. They were at 32.25 inches. So, a lot of snow. It's good for the streams. It's nice to have a snowpack, and, the reservoirs are virtually full. And so we're going to have a great year for fishing.
Seriously, I do think for all of the pain that shoveling has caused in the past few days, the fact that we got this much snow and that we got it coming up on opening day in the middle of a drought is nothing but good, that it's certainly going to help in terms of both the flows and I think the temperature. I think it's going to cool things off, which will be nice for the trout.
Yes, and we were coming out of a drought, but this year's been wet. February was wet, and the reservoirs are All of them are almost up to 90%. I'm one of those that don't like to see them at 100% because I like a little flood protection insurance. But that's a debate for another time. I think you're right. We're going to have a great year with this snowpack.
So the book sale started on March 12th, and that continues on for another week, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, and it's entirely online this year. So, if you go to books.cffcm.com, and CFFCM, of course, is our initials, Catskill Fly Fishing Center Museum. So books.cffcm.com, and you'll see a list. We started out with about 500 books. I know that the sales were really moving on Sunday when the book sale opened. Every day we sell a few more. They're terrific fishing books. I mean, they relate to fly fishing and stream ecology. There's some local history. You also might find some books on, other things like game bird hunting and fishing cookbooks and trail guides, that kind of thing. But this is, if you've been looking for that special book, on tying or building a bamboo rod, to just check it out on our website.
So these are all kinds of specialty titles, some by some of the more famous authors, just all kinds of books about fly fishing. That's right. And some of them are original first edition and signed. Of course, there are a little more. Some of them we have some duplicates on, so there's a good chance of getting them. And then, some of them are a little more obscure. Some of them are pretty popular. I mean, you could get them in other places, but we're offering them all at a good price. And it's $4 to ship the first book and $1 for each book afterwards. So find a couple, and your shipping is pretty inexpensive. Also coming up quicker than we might anticipate, April 1st, opening day in New York State. Hey, no fooling. April 1st, it's the traditional day. And, of course, the little secret for fishermen is, it's not usually the best day to go fishing. Too many people out there, and, it's a little too cold, but it's a wonderful day for the celebration, the camaraderie. And listen, if you've been dying to wet your line, and why not? April 1st, we're going to be at Junction Pool, which is where the Beaver Kill and the Willowema come together in Roscoe. It's property that the Fly Fishing Center owns, so everybody's got permission. So come on out. Well, there'll probably be 100 people there. Oh, that gets packed. Not all fishing, but just enjoying the festivities. There'll be some refreshments. It's going to be a great morning. Any theme this year? I know we've had women as a theme. We've had children as a theme in prior years when I've gotten up there. Well, it's welcome to newcomers. Oh, very cool. This is really, and I'd like to use my, inexperience as part of the basis for that. Listen, fly fishing has so much greater potential. People just don't know that they want to fly fish, but getting started can be a little intimidating. So what we're really saying is, listen, come on, it's opening day, not for the expertise of the fishing, but to introduce it to your friends. So if you got a buddy, or a significant other, or a neighbor that you've been thinking, boy, they really come on out 7 o'clock in the morning at Junction Pool in Roscoe, and introduce them. There'll be a lot of folks there that know about fly fishing, and we're saying, come with your expertise and share it with somebody new. And that's so important because we really need, for the good of the sport and for the good of fishing in general, to break down the attitude, particularly among fly fishermen, or more how fly fishermen are seen, to be more accurate, that it's a closed elitist club and that they don't want you. I think we need to break that down and open that and encourage more people to get involved. Well, I couldn't agree with you more, John. It's this is when I came in as the
director of the Fly Fishing Center and Museum, I heard those stories, but as I look over the membership list, most of the people that are members, they're just, Joe and Jane regular guy. I mean, people that are members of the Fly Fishing Center, they're just us. They're just normal people. And as I've, kind of shared my, growing enthusiasm with the sport, I find people are fascinated by the thought that, you're not throwing a weight, you're throwing a line. And that you're not keeping the fish. I mean, I know there are some fly fishermen that, keep the fish, but that you're catching it for the sport of it, for the challenge of it. And that you're creating your own flies. I mean, it's a fascinating when people hear about this, and so come on out. April 1st, it all kicks off, and, it's going to be a full day of activities.
Is Agnes making soup?
Agnes has spent the last couple of weeks, she's baking, but she's making her soups.
Of course she is.
And long-time listeners to John's show will know Agnes she's going to be 101 this year. She runs the gift shop at the Fly Fishing Center. She drives to work. And on opening day, she serves hot soup. So, it starts at 7. She's going to have the, soup on around 10 o'clock. And just about the time everybody's going to be saying, boy, I wish I was getting warm instead of, out here in the cold stream.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people who want to get back and get to Agnes's soup unless it warms up a little bit. I know I was there for a couple of the opening days, the first cast, that were really quite cold. And she's just a great person to be around. It's great that she's still there every day. And then the night of April 1st is the Legends Dinner.
Well, we have, part of the museum is the Hall of Fame, and this is where we recognize, the fly fishing greats from around the country. But the Catskill Legends is really dear to our heart because these are people that are really known throughout the Catskills. They've made a name for themselves, and this year we have 3 terrific people that we're honoring, and listeners may know them. One is Sue Post, who's one of the owners and people that runs the Fur, Fin, and Feathers sports shop in Livingston Manor. And she was a tyer that learned from the Darbys, and she's being recognized both for her sports shop and for her tying. She's just extraordinary. She's going to be our first woman legend, although, I'm sure there will be many more. The second legend is a man named Dave Brandt. Many of you may know of him. There's a TU chapter named after him. He's another tyer.
Catskill Fly Tyers Guild?
Yes. He's the just past president of the Fly Tyers Guild. And Dave is going to be tying in the afternoon at 1 o'clock. So,
if you got a chance
we have
to see
programs
that.
all day, but he's going to start at 1, and then he's going to be recognized that evening for the dinner. And the last is Ralph Graves, who was a tyer extraordinaire. He's passed away, but his wife will be there and to accept the honor posthumously.
So you've got first cast in the morning, you've got events all day, including some tying stuff, I'm sure some demonstrations.
Mike Canizon, many of you might know, he's going to be demonstrating in the morning at the Roscoe School Gym.
Oh, very cool.
Demonstrating bamboo rods. That'll be at 10 o'clock. And then at 2 o'clock, he's going to be in our Heritage Rod Workshop showing people how you make bamboo rods. He's not going to be, he's going to be explaining the process. And, we have a wonderful rod making class in May. Where you come for 5 days, and at the end of it, you walk out with a bamboo rod you've made. So he's going to be kind of explaining that process. It's a wonderful day. A bunch of celebrities are going to be by. Aileen Gunther, our local assemblywoman, and we've got a guest celebrity who I can't announce yet, but who is very popular with a younger demographic. Not a fly fisher, but wants to be. So. listen, where do you want to be on April 1st? No fooling, right?
Seriously. You've got great fishing there, you've got the history of fly fishing there, and you've got a chance to get hands-on with fly tyers and with rod makers. And this is all on April 1st at the Catskill Fly Fishing Center Museum, and that's in Livingston Manor, right on the river in New York. Glenn Pontier, thanks for taking the time to come along. Really looking forward to getting up there again soon, and we'll talk more when the next event comes up.
Yeah, and John, thank you so much. As always, you're the best.
Thank you. You guys are. We'll be back with more Yankee Fisherman presented by the Dock Shop right after this. Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Have a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Basketball, hockey, skiing, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark Building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
At the Milford Bank, we offer an extensive selection of lending products and services to meet virtually any need. Submit your application online in our Mortgage Web Center. Start to finish, you can apply for a loan in as little as 10 minutes. Our knowledgeable and helpful staff are available to meet with you at your convenience. To learn more about what we can do for you, stop by one of our Milford Bank offices or visit us at milfordbank.com. The Milford Bank, always there. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Let our satisfied customers tell it.
I have called Mr. Handyman for every reason, every occasion, every broken item, every leak. They have bailed me out on many occasions, and I would recommend them to anyone.
For any project, large or small.
MrHandymanCT.com. Wild Birds Unlimited, your one-stop shop for all your backyard bird hobby needs. Premium bird seed, freshly delivered each week. A great selection of bird feeders, houses, a patented pole system, bird baths, and a vast array of wonderful gifts of whimsy and nature. Visit us at 356 Heights Road in Darien, next to the post office, and across from Norotan Heights Railroad Station.
When it comes to considering the outside of your home, just imagine the possibilities. Whether your dream is a stunning free-form pool or a tranquil, secluded garden, the team of professionals at Stonebridge Associates will make it a reality. We offer unparalleled landscape design and construction, masonry development, pools, spas and water features, and even landscape maintenance. No other firm can offer the same level of creativity, quality, and personal attention. Discover the possibilities at stonebridgeassociates.net or call 203-544-8376 today.
When it comes to Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop this Thursday, March 16th. As I look out over the remains of 2 feet of snow that really kind of wreaking havoc with the fishing schedules. I want to thank, before we move on, Glenn Pontier from the Catskill Fly Fishing Center and Museum, and David Schumacher, who did a great job shooting video and letting me fish a little bit. And all those guys had a really great time up on the Swift. And we did catch fish, like I said, just none, fortunately, on camera, but we'll be making up for that later this season. Getting back to the weather, We've lost Nutmeg TU's small stream clinic's been postponed again. It was postponed last weekend. Hoping now to have that on Saturday, March 25th. Again, that's a small streams tactics clinic that's going to be at Lake Mohegan in the parking lot there. Was scheduled for last Saturday, and then was scheduled for this Saturday. We're hoping the third time is the charm. Charles Petroselli will be leading that. He was on the previous couple episodes tying some flies for us. The Candlewood Valley chapter of Trout Unlimited has postponed its preseason trip to the Beaver Kill. That was also scheduled for Saturday, so that trip down to the Delaware watershed will be coming up later on. Watch cvtu.org for details on that. Steve Colton will be addressing the Farmington Valley chapter of TU tonight if you're watching the live. That is Thursday, March 16th at the Farmington Community Center. Doors open at 6:30. Steve speaks at 7, and info on that is at fvtu.org. Also postponed down at Complete Angler, Mike Motil's fly tying demo. That was scheduled for Saturday the 18th. That has been canceled. The next workshop at Complete Angler will be Safet Nikovacek, and that is on March 25th. They're going to tie some flies specific to rivers in this area: New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania. Was down there to see Ian Devlin tie on Saturday. Really interesting stuff that's being done with their epoxy substitutes. They're a lot easier to use than epoxy. I want to try to get him on a future show to talk about that and talk some about fishing the Long Island Sound. Speaking of shows, do a special little crossover this week. Jesse Roach hosts Fishing Today. That is Saturdays on WICH and WICH.com. That is out of Norwich, 8:30 to 9 on Saturdays. I'll be visiting Jesse on the show Saturday. Hope to have some footage for next week's show to show you then. Nutmeg TU is going to host Mike Humphreys from the DEEP, fisheries biologist. That is on Tuesday, the 21st. That's at 7 p.m. at Port 5, 69 Brewster Street in Black Rock. Info on that is at nutmegtrout.org. My friend Jeff Yates, who used to work with us here at the HAN Network, now he's an author, fly fishing guide, and full-time Trout Unlimited employee. He is going to be teaching about fly fishing streams in Fairfield County. That is tonight at 7 at New Pond Farm in Reading. $10 for New Pond Farm members, $15 for non-members. New Pond Farm is at the corner of Marchant and Umpqua Roads in Reading. Check with them to see if there's still openings there. Saturday night is the annual Housatonic Fly Fishermen's Association dinner. That is at Il Monticello, 577 South Broad Street in Meriden. That is from 5 to 10. Tickets $45 in advance, $50 at the door. Information at their website. Thames Valley TU will hear from Kirsten Martin of the biology department at the University of St. Joseph in West Hartford, and she is going to discuss dragonflies and their life cycle. So that's going to be very interesting. That is Tuesday the 21st. Doors open at 6. Free to members. There's a social time, fly tying demos, refreshments. Presentation starts shortly after 7. Banquets are coming up next week, next Friday. You've got Candlewood Valley and Farmington Valley chapters. That is March 24th. Info is at CVTU and FVTU.org. And then on Saturday the 8th, which is opening day here in Connecticut, Mayanas TU will have its banquet at the Stanford Yacht Club. That's going to do it for this week's Yankee Fisherman. I want to thank everybody who jumped in on it. Had a great time doing this one, and we'll be back next week. Till then, tight lines.